The floor is all yours.
Thank you so much. Wow, I am still buzzing with what Avril has shared, and it's taking me a few minutes to get out of it. Thank you so much, Avril. That was such a profound sharing that you've done with us. And I was really smiling to myself that Carrie has arranged us really well. You were talking about dying gracefully. I'm going to be talking about living fully, gracefully. And that's what my work is all about. So let me start sharing the screen and we will start. Okay. So hi, I'm Vandana Mendonca. I'm a holistic therapist, wellness coach, and meditation facilitator. And thank you so much, Carrie, for giving me this opportunity to share on this amazing platform of very inspiring and empowering women. So I'm going to be talking about, and I'm sure all of us are still really digesting what Avril has shared, but ultimately it's about living fully in order to die gracefully. And I would say living gracefully in order to even die gracefully. So always living in the moment with graceful reflections. So I'm going to be talking about holistic balance today. So before I start sharing what is holistic balance, I want to just touch upon what is holism. Holism is an ongoing journey of discovery, searching for answers so we can live better, live happier, live fully, and ultimately striving for wholeness. And I think this particular quote by Late Yogi Bhajan really summarizes it beautifully, who said, "Your mind, emotions, and body are instruments. How well you align and tune them determines how well you play life." So my personal need for self-healing, which started around 20 years back, steered me the direction of holistic therapies. I had a very simple intention when I started even exploring the idea of learning holistic therapies was I'll learn hands-on healing modalities, I'll help myself to heal, and I'll help others. I had no idea that the concept of mind, body, spirit was more than just a cliche. So I had to really dive deep into understanding that delicate balance between mind, body, and spirit. And today the platform is called Graceful Reflections, that is finding spirituality in everyday experiences. So I always keep in mind and acknowledge the fact that each one of us have our own unique balance and healing quotient. And finding, I like to call it like a jigsaw puzzle of healing or balance, finding the right pieces to our jigsaw puzzle of healing and balance is unique to each one of us. And in my connection with everybody, I like to, I strive to inspire, help them, guide them, as well as empower each one to find their pieces to the jigsaw puzzle of healing. So while I practice a whole range of therapies, I also want to always keep in mind that for something to be effective, it needs to be done consistently, because we can't just do it one day and then forget about it for the next 6 months. There has to be a consistent effort towards creating holistic balance in our lives. So it's very important. If it has to be consistent, it has to be simple, it has to be effective, and it has to be practical. So today what I've done is I've just cherry picked a few of those therapies that I practice, and I want to give you an overview of what I'm going to be, of those particular therapies. But I also want you to experience something with me. So stay with me towards the second half, where I will take you through a little bit of an experience of each one of them. So let's start with one that I'm deeply passionate about, and that is reflexology. I like to call reflexology an internal massage of the body. Now, reflexology is based on the principle that the entire body, including the organs, glands, everything is represented on the soles of your feet, hands, face, and ears, which means you have a mini body on your body. And through the manipulation, the reflexology manipulation, we're actually sending better nerve and blood supply to that corresponding part of the body. So reflexology is suitable for all the age groups with very limited contraindications. And it helps to restore the flow of chi, or life force, or prana, throughout our body. So it might sound like it's a very physical thing, but it has a profound effect on our mental, emotional, and energy body too. So therefore, we have to always remember that the body likes to be in complete state of normalcy, what we call homeostasis. And reflexology taps into that self-healing ability that we all carry within us, making it a completely non-invasive, de-stressing therapy, complementary therapy that helps us to create that, give the body the right environment to do its intelligent work of self-healing. So I want to take you through a journey of how a reflexologist will look at the different maps and draw the entire body on the feet. Let's start with the feet. So this is one of the first guidelines that actually brought reflexology into the modern world, and that is called the zone therapy. That means everything is connected through 10 zones, 5 on each side of the body. What does that mean? That any injury that might happen or anything that's going on in the big toe, which is part of the zone 1, can be either affecting another part in zone 1, or it can also send healing to the you can send healing to your big toe through just manipulating the thumb. Okay, so everything is connected. That's the zone therapy. Another guideline that we follow is these lines. Actually, they are called the shoulder line. So where anything above the shoulder and the head is in this part of our foot. Anything below the shoulder line and the next line is called actually the diaphragm line, you have your upper chest area. Then from the diaphragm line below, you have your pelvic line. So everything that comes in that line, in that zone, becomes the abdominal region. And finally, the pelvic region is represented at the line below, that is our heels of our feet. Okay. So this is one more guideline. So this is how a reflexologist would look at the skeletal system on the feet, or the muscular system on the feet. All right, so you start seeing your entire body on the feet. And this is how we map out the anatomical structure, the organs and glands on the feet. So a reflexologist doesn't look at them as just feet. We are looking at it as a complete body. Hand also works with a similar concept. We've got 5 zones on one hand and the other. And then we have the same guidelines and we draw out the face on the hand. I personally like to work with the feet more than the hands, simply because the area is much larger. So we can isolate all the organs and glands really well and really go in there and create that internal massage of the body. But they are equally effective. I generally use the hand when I want to empower my clients with certain techniques that they can continue doing for themselves before they come back to see me for the next session. Now, facial reflexology, because I'm trained in foot, hand, and facial reflexology has a completely different approach. It has its roots in traditional Chinese medicine and brings in the modern science of neurology. We've got 564 nerve points that are used in different combinations to help with different symptoms the client might be having. Facial reflexology, I like to call it getting an acupuncture, but without the needles. So we got different face maps that we use. Of course, this is very self-explanatory. That's how we map the body on the face. But we also work with the meridians. Now, if you have experienced acupuncture, or if you are a yin yoga teacher especially, you know what the meridians are. The meridians in traditional Chinese medicine are the 14 energy pathways, major pathways that we have, that should have energy running smoothly. Each of them are named after a particular organ, and they pair up with another meridian. So like the liver and gallbladder go together, the lung and colon go together. And together, just like the yin and yang concept, they bring balance not only to the organ that they're named after, but they also support certain muscles, certain tissues, the secretion of the body, a particular hormonal gland, and even some emotions. So it's a very holistic way to help bring balance, especially hormonally, to help balance any anxiety, stress, or any chronic illnesses, just like how you would go to an acupuncturist to help with your medical issues. So facial reflexology and foot, in other words, create a beautiful holistic balance that one might be seeking for their well-being. Now let's talk about a little bit of a holistic balance on the mind, emotions, and our energy body or our spirit. And I think Reiki is perhaps one of the oldest energy healing modalities that have been around. And most of us must have either heard about it, experienced it, or even practiced it. So Reiki, was originated in Japan, and it can be broken into two parts, Rei and Ki. Rei means universal, and Ki is Chi, life force, prana. It is universal energy that is being channeled into the person who is receiving Reiki through the Reiki practitioner's hands. Now, Mrs. Takata, who's one of the oldest Reiki grandmaster, was asked, "What is Reiki?" And she said, "I cannot tell you, but I can show you." Because the ki, chi, life prana, life force energy needs to be sensed and experienced rather than it being very tangible. But for those who like to have a little more scientific understanding of it, science says that our major organs have an electromagnetic field around it that pulsates at a particular frequency. So a healthy organ pulsates at a particular frequency, and an unhealthy pulsates at a different frequency. A Reiki practitioner's hands will pulsate at the right frequency that the receiver needs. So the Reiki energy is intelligent and will lift or will raise the vibration of the area where there is lack of energy and bring it to the right frequency. I practice angelic Reiki, or it's also known as Ascension Reiki. It is still a part of the Usui Reiki system of healing, but Ascension Reiki or angelic Reiki, that's what I like to call it, is walking your life's path hand in hand with your angels. These pure messengers, these messengers of pure love, are here to help guide us, to bring us greater understanding of where we are, what we are trying to achieve through our life, what is our purpose, what is it that our ultimate journey is all about. So they guide us, they support us, and they are always helping us have a deeper connection with our higher self and with the connection with the divine, bringing about emotional balance, mental strength, and spiritual grace. Now, my Reiki sessions, I like to either do them independently or support them with spiritual card reading. So together they complement each other really well. It's almost like getting a spiritual coaching session. Spiritual card reading or oracle card reading is very different from tarot reading. It's not about reading the future. It is about receiving guidance so that from a particular situation that we might be experiencing, so we can get an understanding from a higher perspective. Because when we are in a particular situation in our life, we tend to not see the solutions. We tend to feel victimized. So the reading helps you to step away from the drama and look at it from a higher perspective, get much more deeper insight into what is going on or why that particular challenge has come into our life. What do I need to learn from it? And receive inspiration and bring about positive changes, implement that guidance that we are receiving through the reading and bring about positive changes. So the Reiki helps to lift the vibration, and here we can get guidance and make some changes in our life. Holistic balance would be incomplete if I did not talk about meditation. I think each one of us understand the benefits of meditation, and meditation is approached in different ways. I like to call my meditation, like I said, graceful reflections, finding spirituality in everyday experiences. So what do I mean by that? It is about when you can look at your past and acknowledge and honor that it has shaped you into who you are today. And in the present moment, no matter what's going on in your life, you can still find that connection with your higher self, with your soul, and know that there is contentment, peace, and wholeness. And when you think about the future, there is a sense of excitement and awe and enthusiasm and no fear. That is what Graceful Reflections meditation is about. There are days when you might want from your meditation practice, just experience stillness, or perhaps you want to experience healing, or perhaps be inspired and bring out the best in yourself. Connect with your higher self, connect with the divine, connect with the universal energy. So it depends on where you are in your life, and having a daily practice, knowing how to move forward or set the tone for your day, putting an intention helps you to live in complete grace and mindfulness. So this helps you to have a connection with the universal life force energy that's always pulsating through you, helps to build your intuition, inspire you, and helps to continue having that communication with your highest. Right? So just a little summary. You can have individual personalized sessions, choose to have those sessions with me, which range, and I've already spoken about a few of them today, but there is aromatherapy, there's massage, there's pre and postnatal reflexology support that I provide to all the moms, foot and hand reflexology, angelic and spiritual card reading. And I also do natural facial and cosmolifting. That means it's a natural facelift so that you can have the natural radiance come through in your skin. Meditation, I just spoke about, and cognitive and consciousness coaching that I do in collaboration with my husband, who's a personal coach. I'm just going to move this down. Okay. And I truly believe in empowering each one. So all the therapies that I practice have a workshop attached to them so that you can have these therapies or these beautiful holistic support in your everyday life. You empower yourself. So the self-help reflexology workshop is the 3 different styles of reflexology that I practice. I've created in this particular workshop. So you can use it for yourself and your family. There's digestibility of life, where I collaborate with a friend of mine who is fermented and cultured food expert. There's human psychological drivers that I do in the coachings, meditation, aromatherapy, and of course, learning to connect with your angels. That not everybody wants to learn Reiki to connect with the angels, and the angels are here to support us. You don't have to only learn it in the context of Reiki. So now let's start by experiencing a short holistic balance for ourselves at the start of the day. Of course, we are at midday, but this is a good time to also revive and revitalize our energy. So we're going to be carrying out a holistic balance of our hormonal glands around the midline of our face, okay? And we will do a subtle meditation along with that. We will be touching 7 points along the midline. I will guide you through it. And what you're going to be doing is just going to take your index finger, that is the easiest one to work, and you're going to start at the hairline. And each point you will stimulate in a clockwise 6 times and anti-clockwise 6 times. It doesn't matter which direction you start with. So you will do this and then this 6 times. And then you will just pause there and I will guide you through a visualization. So shall we begin? Is everybody ready? All right, so let's take our finger here and start at the hairline and take and circulate 6 times in one direction and then the other. And once you finish stimulating, you can gently close your eyes and breathe in and out of that space as you visualize a beautiful ray of violet light entering from the top of your head into your being, bringing with it wisdom, spiritual grace, and guidance so that you can carry your essence with confidence. One finger down, again stimulate, and then the other direction. And as you pause at that particular moment, visualize the violet ray of light transmute into a deep indigo color. With it, it brings clarity to your inner vision that evokes confidence in your intuition. Breathe in and out of that space. Then bring your finger to the middle of your forehead and stimulate. And then the other direction. And now visualize the indigo light transmute to a light sky blue color, opening up the channels of confidence in your expression. Breathe in and out. Lower your finger, one finger down, and stimulate. And now visualize that light sky blue color transform magically to a vibrant emerald green, filling you with peace, calmness, and unconditional acceptance of yourself and others. Breathe in and out. Now bring your finger between your eyebrows and circle 6 times in one direction and then the other. And pause. Now visualize that beautiful emerald green become an energetic yellow, blending and bringing a fresh sense of energy and vibrancy for the day. Breathe in and out. Now bring your finger just below the bridge of your nose and stimulate. Visualize this beautiful energetic yellow now blend into a glowing orange, bringing with it a fresh surge of creativity and enthusiasm. Breathe in and out. Bring your finger now to the tip of the nose and stimulate 6 times in one direction and then the other. And now visualize that glowing orange transmute into a deep red. The beautiful red color grounds you to the present moment, and it helps you gather all the energy and infusing it with vitality to bring your uniqueness, your essence into your inner and outer world. You can lower your hand, take a nice deep breath again. And before you open your eyes with the next exhalation, smile and tell yourself, I'm ready, I'm centered and balanced to take on the day. So you've just carried out a beautiful hormonal balance with your chakras and the colors and brought on all the energy of each of those hormonal glands. As we know, our hormonal glands are the messengers that not only bring balance to our physical body, but mental, emotional, and energy body. So this is something that's readily available to us and easily done every day. And like setting an intention for the day, I'm going to now just do a short spiritual card reading here. Place an intention with whatever you seek guidance for from the goddess within yourself. So it can be as simple as, what can I do today to bring more holistic balance into my life? And choose a number from 1 to 4. Okay, so just take a few deep breaths in and arrive at the intention that you want towards this particular reading for yourself. And choose a number as the answer. And once you have that, I'm going to now turn number 1. So if you've chosen 1 as your answer, it's Aphrodite, inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. Aphrodite is a Greek goddess who helps you to really get into your inner goddess and to be comfortable with your femininity. So that is what your answer is for the question you had asked or guidance you've asked. Butterfly maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now which brings great blessings. So for the ones who chose number 2, it is all about transformation. If you're wondering why you are having these immense experiences, new experiences, acknowledge that this is a transformation. Butterfly Maiden is a Hopi native goddess who helps you come out of your cocoon and really shine. The third is Kali, who's a Hindu goddess who talks about endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. And so we do know that something must end for the new to come in. You need to clear the house. And Kali represents the energy of Mother Earth in a very beautiful way, very profound way. And finally, it is White Tara, who talks about sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. And this is all about self-care and recognizing White Tara is the embodiment of the female Buddha. And when we start feeling that we cannot connect or we feel disturbed by certain experiences, we realize that we are going through a heightened state of sensitivity. Okay, so I hope whatever intention you put into the reading, you have received your answer. A little fun fact to lighten the mood here, and that is the language of the feet. Each of our toes carry a specific energy. They speak a little language. So our big toe talks about all the ideas and beliefs and intuitions that are created in our minds. Our second toe is the emotional side of life. It's also about the emotion you have towards those ideas and thoughts. How much do you honor it? The third toe is all about action. What action do you take to manifest all those ideas and thoughts that you have? But of course, you are influenced by your past and present energy with it. The fourth one is the relationships, your inner mind chatter, your relationships that you have with yourself and the relationships that you have around you. And that is what the fourth toe represents. And finally, the little toe is about your personality, your independence, your flexibility. It's about how you see yourself in the society. You know, you must have either seen somebody where the small toe is hidden behind. And that's basically they do not want to show their true side to the world, or they're just shy, they're introverted. If you notice your toes and observe your toes, you'll see that they shift and change in their shape through life. And noticing then what energy is each of my toe trying to say? What is it trying to express to me? So just being a little mindful about the language of the feet here. So with that, just a little brief. I hope this inspires you to create more holistic balance consistently in your life, because I truly believe knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. And when we take the responsibility to bring that holistic balance and find the right pieces to the jigsaw puzzle of our healing or balance, that is when we will be able to live fully and gracefully. And hopefully, as Avril said, die gracefully, because you live mindfully every moment of your day. It's not just, going, it is about going with the flow, but also recognizing what life is trying to say to you. So with that, I will just stop the share. If anybody has any questions, happy to answer. Anybody with any questions? A lot of people tend to ask me, which is better for me? Is it foot reflexology? Is it hand reflexology? Is it facial reflexology? Trust me, each one of them has its own uniqueness attached to it. Facial reflexology really takes you to a deep state of meditation, actually. You go into that alpha state where you're in between sleep and wakefulness. And so a lot of people, when I'm working on their face, they say, wow, I actually experienced no thoughts, and yet I tapped into so much of my creativity. So, and the foot, like the gym work for the body, gives you energy and strength. So it really depends on where you are. And when I do connect with you and you come in for a session, it is about doing that consultation and understanding what are you seeking through your life. Are you seeking emotional support, or spiritual support, or more of holistic balance of your body and your mind and soul together? So that is my little sharing for today. If you would like to connect with me, you can explore everything that I have online as well as in-person sessions on gracefulreflections.biz. Thank you once again for patiently staying with me today. And thank you, Carrie, for giving me this opportunity to share. Take care.
Thank you. Amazing.
Thank you.
I feel a little selfish getting all of these workshops all throughout the day, and just being immersed in them. I'm like, I feel like I should be paying everybody. I don't know, so much. This is amazing knowledge. Thank you again.
Thank you for bringing all of us together.
It's amazing. I'm so honored to absorb it all. Okay, anybody have any questions? We have 2 minutes.
Okay, so we've got 2 minutes. What does, if you want to learn, how is your entire head represented on your hands? Do you want to have a quick understanding of that? That is your entire head, okay? And let me point out the cervical spine on the hand. The first joint is your first cervical spine, and this is your C7, or the end of your neck. So when you go walk along the bony part, you're actually helping the vertebrae of your neck. And the softer part on either side are the muscles. Okay? So if you're feeling that little pain down the side of your neck and you're carrying the rock on the shoulder, carrying the world on your shoulder, you can ease off the pain by just massaging along the side of the neck here. Or you can even press along the vertebrae. You can give your thumb a nice tug and go in one direction and the other. This is like giving a bit of a traction to your neck. So that's as simple. And you would do it on both sides, both thumb. And that will help you to feel a lot more comfortable in your head and neck. So that's a little tip, extra tip for all of you.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.